Hi, I'm Don Boden from SampleLibraryReview.com. Today we're taking a quick look at Realms Cinematic Spaces by Sample Logic. Sample Logic has got another plugin under the belt here with Realms Cinematic Spaces, promising to let us wave goodbye to ordinary reverb processing and embrace unlimited creativity. This is supposed to be a one-stop toolkit to blend convolution, digital delays, dub, chorus, width, rhythm, ambiances, and more, all into a creative cinematic sphere. You got 4 different distinct effects slots with an XY pad to move around between them, randomization, serial and parallel signal flow, and this is a Mac or Windows VST or audio unit. Realms normally sells for $99 at the time of putting the video together. It's on a special discount of $50 intro price just for the next week and a half. Kick things off, I got a little beat here. We'll start with the Realms plugin muted, and then we'll turn it on. Hear what some of these presets sound like. Right away, I hear this is going to be great for dub stuff. I think some of these dub delay presets, they just instantly add a lot. And I think it's fun to have the XY here because you kind of can move from, that one kind of dub syncopation to yeah, that's pretty cool. Got a whole bunch of stuff just kind of worked up to listen through. Let's move on and listen to a little flute sample. With this one here at the end, this overdrive wet, you start to hear how it becomes a texture instead of sounding anything like a verb anymore. Little bit more feedback in the low end that I'm wondering if I could control that somehow. Now with a pad playing through these, you kind of see that the subtlety that you can get out of Realms. and I kind of hear it transforming that just in tiny ways because you're mostly dealing with chorus delay and the verb impulses. You're able to shape it, give it space across the stereo spectrum. Or I got a nice female vocal sample because I think this, of course, with delay, chorus, and verb, is kind of suited for a vocal stylings.
Lift me up, make me feel like I'm the only one that you love. Nothing lasts forever, so we seize the day. Run away together, going all the way. Lift me up, make me feel like I'm the only one that you love. Nothing lasts forever, so we seize the day. Run away together, going all the way. Lift me up, make me feel like I'm the only one that you love. Nothing lasts forever, so we seize the day. Run away together, going all the way. Lift me up.
And I actually think once you start to use the impulses and turn it into pads and things, it starts to get really interesting there. Now, we wouldn't really be testing this out without hearing some piano samples. And I think what I kind of hear is that Realms kind of not only gives you verbs and dub, but it also kind of becomes a little bit of a creative lo-fi plugin at times. And one thing that I think is really interesting is they got the ability to randomize everything together or separately. And once again, kind of take it even further out with these impulses, responses, kind of becomes pad-like. Another possible use case, I think, is for remixing, and I've got a little Duduk sample here, doing some world music kind of remix, and let's see what we could do with this. I think this is another great example of using the impulse responses to get something pad-like out of a sample or playback. You got a totally new soundscape from that. Now, of course, you can try this out on guitars. I got a little jazzy kind of guitar thing here. And I think this one kind of shows the just a little bit of depth and space you can give it. This one really shows like the dub, all 4 dub delays going. Really changes the character with this one. And back to using those impulse responses to get some atmospheric soundscape kind of stuff. So let's take a quick look at the interface, what we've got going on. We've got the ability to choose up a chorus, a dub delay, a digital reverb, or a impulse reverb. You can click and load in samples right from your DAW, or you can flip through the ambient rhythmic room sound SFX and short samples that they've included for your impulse responses. Now, you can obviously see this is a 4-layer effects engine with the XY. The XY lets you select which of the effects you're focusing on there. Up at the top, we've got our navigation for all of our presets and these randomization. So you can randomize 1, 2, 3, and 4 of your effects slots with the click, or just choose which one you're going to randomize from here. Most of the chorus, dub delay, impulse response, and verb, this is all very understandable with your reflections, your length, decay, feedback, time, and then your output, your master controls here, low cut, high cut, mix, and volume. You're, of course, able to create your own and save your own user presets to pull back up through your browser at any time. As far as use cases go, I kind of talked upon, obviously you can use it for remixing and dubbing. You can also just add it for sweetening vocal lines, lead lines, creating some atmospheric pads or drones out of instrumentation that you already have. And I think that it is creative in some ways, though it is subtle all around. The biggest criticism I had is I a lot of times when I'm using the impulse responses, especially with the longer impulse responses, I'll get a lot of mid-low build-up, and if I'm dialing my range back, I can take care of that and kind of clear it out. I just have to be really careful that whatever I'm feeding it isn't kind of amplified in those low mid ranges, because it just kind of becomes messy, not something I'm real excited about. As a standalone plugin, it's a lot of fun to play with. I think it will have some real benefits, and I've shared most of my thoughts along the way. I'd love to hear yours, though. What do you think about Sample Logic venturing into doing more plugins in the plugin world? Please comment below and let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and head back around on Fridays for the weekly Deal Compressor show.